Hello and welcome to Courts Today by LiveLaw. Let's get to today's top legal updates. Supreme Court refuses to entertain plea over OBC quota denial in CLAT 2025 at RGNUL Patiala. Supreme Court to hear plea against extrajudicial ban on Kamal Haasan's film Thug Life. Supreme Court stays Madras High Court order halting toll collection on Madurai-Tuticorin highway. Right to shut down business covered under Article 19(1)(g), says Supreme Court. Supreme Court stays arrest of two journalists in MP, directs them to approach High Court. I'm your host, Syed Amir Hussain, with your daily roundup of legal updates from across the country. For detailed reading, you can always visit www.livelaw.in. Please make sure to watch this video till the very end and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel because your support means the world to us. The Supreme Court on June 9th refused to hear a petition challenging the denial of OBC reservations by Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Patiala for CLAT UG admissions. A bench of Justices P.K. Mishra and Manmohan said the matter is already pending before the Punjab and Haryana High Court, which is scheduled to hear it on July 7th, and hence the Supreme Court would not interfere. The petitioner's lawyer, Charu Mathur, argued that the university is offering reservations to foreign nationals but not to OBC candidates, which goes against constitutional principles. She also highlighted the urgency of the matter as the CLAT counselling will end on June 20th and the petitioner may lose the chance to get admission. However, the bench questioned how reservation could be raised after the exam and result process was already over. Justice Mishra pointed out that such challenges must come earlier, not after admissions have begun. Though Mathur argued that other NLUs like NLU Jodhpur had considered similar cases post-exam, the court stuck to its view and dismissed the petition without granting relief. Imagine a movie cleared by the censor board, set to release nationwide, but blocked by threats and fear. That's exactly what's happening with the Tamil film Thug Life, starring Kamal Haasan and directed by Mani Ratnam. The movie released nationwide on June 5th, but not in Karnataka. Why? Because fringe groups allegedly threatened to set theatres on fire over Kamal Haasan's old remark that Kannada was born out of Tamil. A petition has now reached the Supreme Court, calling it an unconstitutional extrajudicial ban. The petitioner says the state of Karnataka failed to stop threats creating fear amongst cinema owners. The Karnataka Film Chamber reportedly backed the protests, demanding an apology from Haasan. While he did express regret that his words were misunderstood, the film still hasn't released in the state. The petition seeks urgent police protection for theatres and FIRs against those threatening violence. Shockingly, the Karnataka High Court earlier refused relief, instead suggesting compromise with the very groups issuing threats. Now, the Supreme Court has agreed to hear the case on Friday. The Supreme Court on June 9th stayed the Madras High Court's order that had stopped toll collection on the Madurai-Tuticorin highway until the road was properly repaired. A bench of Justices Prashant Kumar Mishra and Manmohan passed the interim order while hearing a petition filed by the National Highways Authority of India, challenging the High Court's decision. The High Court had earlier ruled that toll collection was not justified if the road was not properly maintained and halted the toll collection until repairs were made. It emphasized that road users should only be charged if the road meets proper standards. During the Supreme Court hearing, Additional Solicitor General N. Venkatraman, representing NHAI, requested a stay on the High Court's order. Senior Advocate P. Wilson, opposing the stay, argued that charging toll on a poorly maintained road was daylight robbery. However, the bench noted that the original petition before the High Court did not request a stop on toll collection. The Supreme Court allowed NHAI to continue collecting tolls for now and asked the opposing side to file a detailed reply, stating it would examine the matter later. The Supreme Court has ruled that the right to carry on business under Article 19(1)(g) of the Constitution also includes the right to shut down a business, though this is subject to reasonable restrictions to protect workers. This decision came while allowing the appeal of Harinagar Sugar Mills Limited, which had sought to close its biscuit manufacturing division after its contract with Britannia ended in 2019. HSML filed a closure application in August 2019, but the Maharashtra government's deputy secretary rejected it as incomplete. The company argued that the application was valid and that closure was automatic after 60 days. Workers opposed the closure, and the Industrial Tribunal reinstated it. The High Court upheld this, but the Supreme Court disagreed. The court ruled the application was complete and valid from August 28, 2019, and the 60-day period had expired in October. It said only the minister had authority under the law, not the deputy secretary, and the minister had failed to act properly. The court upheld HSML's right to close, enhanced worker compensation by 5 crore and ordered it to be paid within 8 weeks. The court also said paid compensation during litigation cannot be recovered. The Supreme Court on June 7th granted 2 weeks of interim protection to 2 journalists from Madhya Pradesh, Shashikant Jatav and Amarkant Singh Chauhan, who were booked by the state police. The journalists alleged that they were assaulted by Bhind police officials over their reporting on illegal sand mining in the Chambal River. A bench of Justices P.K. Mishra and Manmohan said it would not entertain the petition under Article 32 but allowed the journalists to approach the Madhya Pradesh High Court within 2 weeks. Until the High Court hears the matter, the journalists cannot be arrested. The petitioners claim they were lured to the Bhind SP's office on May 1st and physically assaulted, abused with casteist slurs and threatened. They allege continued harassment and say they had to flee their hometown due to threats. One journalist, Amarkant Singh Chauhan, already has interim protection from the Delhi High Court, but Shashikant Jatav's plea is still pending. The Madhya Pradesh government argued that there were over 10 public complaints of extortion against the journalists. The Supreme Court, while not commenting on the merits, directed the High Court to consider all claims and defenses.